What should be paid attention to after the Bitcoin crash? If you are interested in this issue, please follow me. Let's look at the daily chart first. We can find that we have a very clear distribution box at the top. Especially when we break below later. It will be more confirmed that this box is the attribute of distribution. But if we only regard the upper white box as the process of distribution, then we can definitely find the corresponding process of accumulating chips. Then it is below. If we measure this place a little bit, we can find that our two places are quite matched. In terms of the two factors of energy and days, we can find that the energy is almost okay. So it can be confirmed. So we have mentioned before that if we break down from the upper distribution box, then our target price can be seen at the lower edge of our box. We have talked about this in previous videos. So we know it has not gone through a long period of time. It has come directly to this position or even came to this place with one root. Then how should we look at the disk after we come to this place? In fact, let's take a look at what if we regard the upper cabinet as. Okay. In fact, I have always looked at it like this. I regard this cabinet as the entire upper cabinet. Because we need to accumulate it from the entire large cabinet above. Only then can we have a chance to end our upward bullish trend since 15500. Then we can take a look at it. In fact, we have accumulated a lot of time at the top. But below us is the process of absorbing chips. That it can be said to be more exaggerated. So I think that our current strength is still not enough. If we accumulate a little more time, we will have a better chance of breaking down. I also think that our support at 25,000 is currently very strong. It's strong enough. But of course it doesn't mean that you can go long at 25,000. But you can go short. If you hit 25,000, it's really not easy to go down, or at least you have to test it. He will have a chance to go down after a few times. In fact, we can see that his rebound is still very weak. We can know this situation from the quantity and energy. Then the price will come back. We are about 26,120 in fact. The biggest reason I believe is because we closed on Friday. If we go down again, the gap will not be filled. Well, let's look at another indicator. This indicator is also more interesting. There are more friends talking about it. The hash ribbon indicator. Hash ribbon is based on computing power, and then uses computing power as data to judge the future market of Bitcoin. You can see that we are now. He has flashed a signal of 100. We cut to the weekly line. Let's see what this 100 signal means. Of course it means bullish. But you can find out if it has any meaning. If we review this indicator, we can find that the positions indicated by him are indeed what we would buy if we buy the spot. Very, very good entry price. For example, his last instruction was at this place. You can find that this place is the starting point of our rise. Now we have an instruction to buy 100. Is it meaningful? In terms of other meanings, you can see that when we actually appeared the hash ribbon indicator before, it was a very good buying point. But in fact, this indicator will appear very frequently in the bear market. As you can see in front of us, he appears frequently in this place. But he has caused a big rise. Indeed, if we look back at the bull market, he was in this place. No matter what the price was. No matter whether it was 567,800. He was very a good spot entry point is true according to the indicator. But why does the signal of this indicator flash so frequently in a bear market? In fact, the biggest reason is that the bear market usually fluctuates or falls. At this time Bitcoin miners or computing power is still increasing. You can find that at this time, as long as there is a relatively small drop in the currency price, the miners will surrender. After the miners surrender, they will have 100 signals after repairing. Of course there are also the condition of the moving average. Then we can make a special episode of the video to explain it. But now, does it make sense? I think it makes sense. If it is used as a long-term guide to get spot goods. But if we talk about making contracts or doing this kind of it is meaningless to operate it in the short term. We can refer to the previous places to understand that it is definitely a long-term indicator. It does not look at it in the short term. We will not see its usefulness or its usefulness. If the benefits are good, Then let's look at another thing. OBV. We can actually review the OBV. It actually calculates energy. Especially when I look at it. It's faster to search for OBV directly. The purple line under unbalanced volume is actually calculate our rising volume. Of course, it is the accumulated rising volume. And then deduct the rising volume and add up the falling volume to deduct the falling volume. Then he can indicate the strength of the long and short. In fact, we are in the when it goes up. OBV will definitely keep up. If OBV keeps up, it will be a good rise in this wave of rises. And it will be a healthy rise. You can see the process of our rise in the previous place. OBV has kept up with it. If it is healthy, then you can see that we have kept up with the rise in the next few waves. But if we look at the whole wave, you can find that it is actually constantly creating lower high. And our prices are constantly creating higher high. Such an increase is an unhealthy increase. Which means that our energy has not increased with our increase. So it is not good. Not good. Of course. If we have a review, we can find that in fact, it does not need OBV to keep up with the decline. Of course, if there is a burst, the OBV will go down. If it falls, it will actually go relatively smoothly. This kind of decline can actually go far. For example, we can look at our previous rounds of bear markets. We can find that in fact, during this wave of decline, his OBV did not drop too much. But he can still fall. Because in the process of our decline, in fact, as long as the bulls do not explode and the shorts maintain a stable volume, there is actually no problem. But in the process of our rise, we must see the bulls explode. So we have this wave of decline. If there is no strong rebound, then I think the bears still have the advantage. Especially, we can wait for an opportunity. For example, after the first wave of decline, there will usually be a better rebound. After a good rebound, this kind of the point will be a very worthwhile price for us to enter the market. At that time, I will definitely enter it. Let's cut it to a small level. Cut it to a small level, and we can find that in fact, our wave of bulls has rebounded so far. He is both very weak and very weak. He didn't take over the needle below. He just went up due to short positions. Thank you very much. Everyone is very welcome. You can help my video. Like, subscribe, share, turn on the little bell. It's the biggest thing for me. Thank you very much for your support. Bye-bye.